it started. So,
3, 2, 1. Hello, we are Group 7, and we are here to present our prototype for the mobile medic.
hello, my name is Wyatt Bilby. I'm a sophomore in construction management technology.
Hello, my name is Brent Walker, and I'm also a sophomore in construction management technology.
My name is Tom Chung, and I am a senior in construction management technology.
My name is Joshua Cole, and I'm a freshman in design and construction integration.
So our name of our grand challenge was to engineer better medicine. Although our majors aren't really connected to medicine, we wanted to solve a problem that could potentially be involving our major, which is construction. Our grand statement, our grand challenge is that engineers are developing new systems to use genetic information, sense small changes in the body, assess new drugs, and deliver vaccines.
Moving on to our POV statement. We believe that construction sites need more medical resources and employee training because construction workers have an increased risk of injury or death when there are not adequate medical supplies or training available. As construction is the most injury-prone industry, the lack of medical safety standards required are very low. There are roughly 1,061 construction-related deaths per year, which mean there are 3 to 4 fatalities per day. With the implementation of more medical supplies and employee training, these numbers could potentially decrease. With our research, we wanted to show you the OSHA standards for the first aid kits on a job site. So the OSHA standard 1926 subpart D, which is the medical and first aid kit for construction, it says the employer shall ensure the availability of medical personnel for advice and consultation on matters of occupational health. So really, that's the only requirement for safety on a job site and how to take care of injuries that happen. But we wanted to give you more what's on the market today. So they're starting to do some drone delivery of medical supplies, which could help in this case because it get supplies to the injury faster. There's a company that's actually called Mobile Medic Corporation, and that's essentially a trailer that acts as a nurse's office if someone gets injured on a job site. And then there's on-site medics, which can help in the event of injuries, and then integrating medical planning into the construction process where there's a lack of that.
All right, for our first set of prototypes that we ended up addressing, the first prototype we ended up using was the Fanny First Aid Kit, which basically is just a first aid kit that we put inside of a fanny pack that construction workers could wear on the site and just have immediate access to all these first aid materials. Our second prototype was a wearable injury indicator. What that basically does is it allows for construction workers to have a device that is similar to like a life alert for the elderly, but on a construction site that would alert either other construction workers nearby or just help identify where they at or at on the job site and just give them the authorities and the EMTs and stuff a location of where they are at if no one else is around them, and it can help construction workers identify a hazard or when they are in trouble they don't have to have someone else find them or along those lines, they can do it themselves. And then our third prototype is the bracelet health monitor. The bracelet health monitor is literally just similar to like a watch. You would wear it, and it would just keep an eye on your vitals and stuff along those lines. Detect dangerous gases and just detect dangerous situations, and basically just allows for the construction workers to just be in a safe environment. The next thing we decided to do was kind of create a next step prototype and then give that to 3 experienced construction workers so they could test it for just for a day of work, just kind of so they could, kind of bend, break it, just see what worked, what didn't, which overall would definitely allow us to, make some improvements. Right here are some pictures of one of the construction workers using the device. As you can see, it fits inside their pre-existing tool pouch, which will definitely help mitigate, the extra use of it being in the way. The fact that they can already apply it to what they already use, we just are hoping will make the construction workers more likely to use it. All right, and then our final prototype that we ended up on, just based off of our peer suggestions, and then what we did in our testing, and then what we did in our market research, kind of started off, as you can see on the left, as this, preliminary sketch, and it kind of evolved into this roll-up pouch that will fit inside of a construction worker's pre-existing tool pouch. One of the big things we wanted to make sure we pointed out was that there's a first aid guidebook that we provided with this, because in our POV statement we did discuss that we want to add more training to the first aid area of construction, and one way that we just thought we might be able to do that is just to add a first aid kit, so that if first aid kit guidebook, where the construction workers can look through it, realize what they need to do, and if they are hurt, maybe they can try to help treat themselves in the immediate event of an accident.
Okay. So for future implementations, based on some of the review or some of the feedback we got from some of our peers in our class, some of the things that were mentioned were attempting to make it as light as possible, so that way to where it can be comfortable and not have to worry about it possibly getting in the way of like maybe arm movement or just like waist movement, and that way it's just light and it's not something that's like overly heavy. There's also mentions of adding more specific items to the kit, so that makes it more notable towards construction workers and less of a general first aid wrap kit. Some people really liked the idea of our second option for when we were sketching up ideas, and they liked how it had a tracker. So we probably will go in and tracker, and eventually just in case like a worker cannot get out of a situation, like you're stuck, or possibly you've lost your work pouch, that way you can find it. And then another comment was possibly using Velcro for the latch instead of having it just kind of tied together, so that way it's more secure and you don't have to worry about anything falling out.
So to connect the grand challenge, let's revisit the grand challenge first. Our grand challenge was that the engineers are developing new systems to use genetic information, sense small changes in the body, assess new drugs, and deliver vaccines. So in our project, we didn't really use genetic information. We didn't find something that allowed for it to sense small changes. We didn't assess new drugs, and we didn't deliver any vaccines. But we were able to connect construction and medicine by engineering better ways to allow workers to have medical supplies readily available, which allows them to be more safe, to prevent more injuries, and potentially prevent a fatality from happening. Thank you for listening to our presentation.